So how do I use mentalism and magic in these challenging times? I think we need to realize that the times are challenging for a couple of reasons. Yes, definitely there's a pandemic going on. That's one challenge we face. So there's a lot of people that are stressed because they are out of work, their social lives are interrupted. But there's other issues that have happened in this past year that make these challenging times as well. We just went through a very divisive election that divided the country in nearly half. We went through a phase this last year where there were increasing demands for social justice. We saw Black Lives Matter as a movement speak to more people than it ever has. And we saw a lot of awakening in terms of how far we really still need to go in terms of social justice. So how have people been dealing with this? Well, there have been a lot of stockpiling. We see stockpiling of toilet paper, but we also see a stockpiling of self-defense products. Go to many stores and you won't be able to find pepper spray right now because it's all sold out. Ammunition is also in short supply. Guns are very limited in terms of what still are available, what's sold out. The prices have gone up because there have been many more purchasers of self-defense products this last year than normal. So how do I address this? And how do I address it as a magician and as a mentalist? Well, what I did is I started a YouTube channel called Defense Against Dark Deeds, a magician's approach to self-defense. And I approach self-defense from the standpoint of a magician. And I think about things differently than most people do when it comes to self-defense. For instance, I don't just look at self-defense as an external threat, protecting ourselves from other people. Self-defense is also defending ourselves from ourselves, because stress, worry, and fear are very real things that we need to defend ourselves against. And some of my videos talk about that. But the more traditional topics as well, defending ourselves from external threats. So I do talk about invisibility as a form of self-defense, and much the same way that a stage illusionist would use invisibility, we can also do that. That's one of my videos. One of my videos gives a magical incantation that a woman could use if attacked in public. And this employs dual reality, and I explain that in one of my videos. And I also talk about becoming too paranoid when it comes to self-defense, because the more we accumulate things and think about it and carry these with us, the more that changes our mindset. It can make us feel more at ease because we feel comfortable and competent in dealing with situations we might run into, but it can also pollute our mind and make us feel more worried at all times, because we're more aware of it, perhaps. And I also talk about different kinds of people. And here's an analogy I use between people you see at a magic club and people interested in self-defense products. So you go to a magic club and you find three kinds of people. You find the secret collectors, and they're just interested in learning the secret of the trick. Then you find the prop collectors, and they want to buy all the stuff, but never perform it. And finally you have the magicians. The magicians buy just a few of the props, but when they do, they take that and they work with it. They put it into a routine. They rehearse it, and now that prop can become magical. It's useful. The same is true with self-defense products. You can simply buy something like pepper spray, throw it in your purse, throw it in the car, never think about it again, and think, well, I can check that off my list. I'm safe. But until you know what it does, until you practice using it, see how far the stream comes out, Think about how you would actually use it in an emergency if you had to. Until you think about all that, until you routine it, and even do some rehearsal, it's not going to be magical any more than a prop that you buy at a magic lecture is going to be magical unless you put in the work to make it magical. The routine and the rehearsal is important. Finally, I talk about guns and mind reading. And I argue that if you carry a gun, it diminishes your ability to read other people's minds. And this is why so many mistakes happen with law enforcement and guns. Officers become poor mind readers when they have guns. Again, that's a unique perspective that you won't find anywhere else, but it's here on my channel because I think of self-defense from the standpoint of a magician. I hope people find it helpful. My name is Clinton Combs. My channel is Defense Against Dark Deeds, a magician's approach to self-defense. Find it on YouTube. Thanks.